Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be comparing two pedals which to me are the first two that come to mind when you say distortion pedals to me. I am of course talking about the Boss DS1 and the Proco Rat. Now I have done more in-depth demos of both of these pedals previously, so if you're looking for a more detailed look at either of these pedals, make sure you check those out afterwards. But today we're going to be going over the similarities and the differences, and hopefully figure out which one would be right for you. So today I'm playing my Gibson SG Standard, and that's running through both pedals into the Marshall SV20 head, which is a 20 watt version of a Plexi. Now to make sure this is a completely fair test, I'm first running into the Rat, which is a true high pass circuit. I'm then running into the DS1 because, as we all know, Boss have buffered outputs on their pedals. So I've got these both set up for what I would use and what I consider to be their usual use case. By that I mean a fairly high distortion. We'll get into some lower distortions in a bit because I do think that both of these pedals do that very well as well. But to start off with, we'll go with what these pedals are used for most. I'll throw up on screen now photos of what each of these settings are. So my clean tone sounds like this. And then the Rat sounds like this. And the DS1 sounds like this. So once more, Rat. And DS1. So I think really that's what these pedals are best known for doing, that sort of big, fat, distorted tone. Although they're very similar in quite a few ways, like their controls and the amount of gain, they do sound quite different. To my ear at least, the Boss DS1 has quite a scooped sound, so you get quite a lot of low end and top end, whereas the Rat has much more of a mid focus. And that for me is actually a reason why I think these pedals pair really nicely if you're a two guitar band, one using each. So just to show that, I've put together a little section of a song with some drums just so you can hear that. So as you can hear, I think they pair quite nicely together, and it definitely lends itself to that sort of alternative rock, post-grunge and grunge sort of thing with the big fat distortions and almost that wall of noise effect. That being said, I do think both of these pedals do a lower gain really quite nicely as well. So first with the Rat. And then with the DS1. So I think you get quite a nice usable crunch or low sort of bluesy tone out of them as well. Now that does highlight one difference. On the DS1 I have the gain as low as it will go and you still get quite a lot of distortion, whereas with the Rat the distortion knob is slightly up from the bottom at about 9 o'clock because on the Rat the distortion knob will go all the way to 0. So now the question is, which one is right for you? And that's a tough one, which I think is entirely subjective, as is often the case. I think it really depends on your personal preference, as well as what the other people you play with use. If you're not in a band situation, then again, I think you've just got to choose the one you like best. Both of these pedals are quite iconic sounds, with a huge range of artists using both of these pedals. As I said earlier, I think the Rat is more of a mid-focused one, whereas you get more of a scooped sound with the DS1. If you are playing in a band situation, choosing the right one according to what other people in the band are playing would be the smart way to go. My personal preference would be the Rat, just because I feel it's a bit of a fatter sound. The DS1, to my ear at least, gives you a bit of a thinner sound and can be a bit harsh. I haven't really touched on it this video, but I definitely talk about it in the full demo of this pedal. You can't really take the tone past 12 o'clock without it getting really harsh. Both of these pedals certainly are affordable. I don't think you can go wrong with either. And if you're someone like me who does a lot of home recording and is looking to expand their arsenal of pedals and tonal options, then why not buy both? So that's it for today. I hope you find this comparison useful and it helps you a bit if you are trying to decide between these two pedals. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments. Which one do you prefer or which one do you own? And as always, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time.